quickly Breeze to the line. Breeze, end zone. He hit it. 500 career touchdown passes. The NFL's all-time passing yardage leader moves into elite company even further.
Benjamin Watson right there, and it's a standard goal line play. You get the motion inside, you fake the handoff, play action, pops wide open in the right flat.
And you ask Breeze about records, whether it's yardage, hitting touchdown marks. He tries to be humble and talk about winning as long as it happens when the team is successful.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tigers Roar from Scoreboards 106.55 Coursey Boulevard. Jordy Hultberg and I. You see Drew Brees with touchdown number 500.
Way to go, Drew. Way to go, baby. Way to go.
Ben Watson. The records are going to keep piling up. They can make the spot for him in Canton, Ohio already.
Big win for the Saints. Huge win.
Huge. And Sunday night TV here at Scoreboards.
Yep.
Sunday night. 7:20 kick. It'll be on all the video wall and everywhere else here at Scoreboards.
Yep.
Make your plans to get out here and watch the Saints on Sunday night. A watch party. Kicks at 7:20, and they will have it for you here at Scoreboards. Bar, menu, the whole bit. They will be having the barbecue, the tailgate and barbecue all day.
Let's be here.
You need to be here for the Saints game that night.
Let's be here.
LSU,
yep.
We talked about you got to beat Mississippi State. Find a way to walk off the field with a win. They did. Bunch of field goals. Might not be the prettiest win ever, but bottom line, if you're a championship caliber team, you got to win that game. LSU did.
Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. 19-3, the final score. Yes, that's what was necessitated to get that win. You're not going to be able to kick 4 field goals when you're in the red zone area and beat a number 1 ranked team like Alabama. But that's another fish to fry down the road. Look, number 4 in the country, 7-1. Just an awesome start to the season. Congratulations to LSU. Well done.
And I would say this. In my opinion, and I don't vote, they should be number 2 in the country.
Based on strength of schedule.
Resume. And then look, I'm all about, I've said this for years, Jordy, kind of like you with the bye after the Bama game. I say put the national champ number 1 the next year until they lose. I can live with that, no matter who it is. So, but other than that, I think LSU is the second best team in this country based on their resume, their body of work to date. And I'll take it a step further. If and when they beat Alabama a week from Saturday, they'll be number 1 in the country.
Yes. The other thing they have to take into account is not where the teams are now, but where the teams were when LSU played them, because Auburn has dropped precipitously. Mississippi State has dropped. Florida was a team that because they beat LSU rose up the ranks. Georgia, because LSU beat them, dropped down. But when they played them, they were all in the top 10.
Yeah, and well, obviously Bama will be in the top 10. Look at some of the highlights from the other night. Jordy, we'll go through this real quick. Like the uniforms, it was a great story, a great idea.
Didn't like them.
But don't ever wear them again.
Agreed. I didn't recognize them. I didn't think that was LSU. Okay, you did it. It was a great story, remembering the silent season of 1918, but that's it.
That's it.
Sell them off, raise some money, give it to a good charity, and let's move on.
Yeah, so obviously we got a week and a half to build it up for LSU and Alabama. They'll be in here number 1. LSU's at least 4 because they obviously with the open date.
Yeah.
If by chance Clemson or Notre Dame would stumble this week, they both do play, then perhaps LSU would be higher than 4.
They would move up. Absolutely, they would move up.
So
that's
it's going to be the largest football game ever in Baton Rouge, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that, and the build-up. And again, I think the bye comes at a perfect time for LSU. I know I talk always about it, but this is game 8, game 9 coming up. They've played 8. They need a rest. They need a break. They need to get away from it. So I think this is great for them. Never saw this coming. It's been remarkable.
Yeah,
it really has.
I'm going to ask you a question that got asked to me. I was doing a radio interview on Eric Asher's show down in New Orleans earlier today, and he was asked to me, what's the number one surprise story about this LSU team? And there's really more than one, but I'm kind of blindsiding you with. What do you take as the most significant thing that you didn't see coming?
I didn't know anything about the kickers.
Cole Tracy.
Cole Tracy and the kickoff guy. And Von Rosenberg. Those three specialists. You find me another school that has those three type of players, and I'll bow down to you. Nobody has what they've got. So that, to me, is the biggest surprise this year.
You know that saying, geniuses think alike? That was exactly my answer. Were you listening to Eric Asher?
I was
today?
not, but
Okay.
it just makes total sense.
But no, and certainly there's a lot of other stories, okay? And I am on the list of people who had no earthly idea that they'd be 7-1 at this point.
Number two, the emergence of Grant Delpit, to me, is a huge storyline. He is, I know this may be blasphemous to some because he only does one aspect of what this player did. He's the closest thing to Tyrann Mathieu I've seen. He does not return punts. He doesn't have an effect there. But on the defensive side, he's always around the ball. He's always making plays. He's the closest thing to the Honey Badger I've seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things. And I think also Ed Orgeron. I mean, this team's 7-1. He deserves credit.
No
question.
question.
I mean, if they were 4-3, he'd be getting blasted. If they were 3-4, he'd be getting. But they are 7-1. He's not lost 2 games in a row while coach at LSU. The resume we just made reference to. If you give out a Coach of the Year award today, it's got to go to him.
It's him. There's no question about it. No question about it. And LSU would have 3 All-Americans on defense.
And next week, next Tuesday, October 30th, the first release of the College Football Playoff Committee rankings, which LSU is not going to be worse than 4th. That could even be higher by the committee, because we've seen the committee not fall in line as much with the AP and the coaches poll.
We've gone about 8 minutes and we haven't even discussed free Devin White. We haven't even talked about the 13 billboards in Birmingham.
Biggest waste of money ever.
I love it, though. I love it.
Your take on the Devin White thing, then I'll have mine.
I thought it was ridiculous. I think, the rules are the rules. College football, please come into this sanctuary and do 2 levels. There's a flagrant 1, flagrant 2. That was not an egregious act. It does not warrant being ejected and being suspended. I'm sorry. It just doesn't change the rule. It's not going to help LSU now, but I've got a sneaky suspicion. I really do. Strange things happen, and maybe, just maybe, this even galvanizes this team more. And the guys that come in and take his place for 1 half, play lights out and make something happen. I wouldn't be surprised.
They got to use it that way. I think they're going to use it as motivation. It's going to give Baskerville and Queen a chance to step up.
Come on.
They may be a diamond in the rough. They may be better
so.
than anybody thought. And they're going to get some snaps that they would not have gotten.
That's right.
Had Devin White been on the field.
I'm the glass half full guy, always.
Here's my thing. It was a terrible call. Okay, and I don't have a problem with the ref on the field missing it. Okay, that stuff, you've been on the sidelines a million times. That stuff happens so fast. It's quicker than the blink of an eye. What I do have a problem is you have a replay system that is there to correct mistakes made on the field by any team, any player.
That's right.
And that system not only failed LSU, but it failed the SEC conference. Vanderbilt plays Arkansas this week. I don't want the system to fail Vanderbilt and Arkansas and they lose a player. The fact that replay did not correct the incorrect call is what I have, trouble putting my arms around. And yes, in the offseason, they're going to address it, and there might be 2 levels of it next year. I don't think they'll put an appeal process in because that gets too subjective. But there's got to be kind of like running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. One's 5, one's 15. They changed the face mask penalty, but I think the fact that the replay system did not correct the mistake made on the field, that's the problem.
I agree 100% on that. And let me make one thing perfectly clear. I would be saying the same thing if this was an Alabama player doing this to Tennessee. It's just not fair to the student athlete. It's not fair.
That's why I said they failed the whole conference there. All 14 teams were failed by that instant replay. And here's the kicker is, the quarterback from State came out this week and said that was not targeting.
No.
And he was closer to it than anybody other than Devin White.
His hands came and hit him here. The helmet didn't go back. It's just ridiculous. But if you read the rules and the letter of the law, that comes into play.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
15-yard penalty, not ejection.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So there's what you go with all of that. So that being said, it's not going to change.
Nope.
He will not play the first half against Bama. As Coach O said, get over it, move on.
Who said that? It's time to move on, all right?
All right. Like Jordy said, if you're in that locker room,
it's going to galvanize them.
You say, hey, let's do this. Let's step this thing up. Baskerville, Queen, whoever else might get out there. You go make a play and show why you got a scholarship and why you're wearing purple and gold.
Look who's fired up.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Dress out.
Hey,
Get in there.
No, they don't want me dressing out, I can tell you.
Let's get Fajoko's father. Let him play linebacker.
All right, we can do that too. Now,
Do that
once again,
whatever that thing is.
we are at Scoreboards, 1065 Coursey Boulevard. Bald snow crabs, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Got the express lunch menu rolling now. Crawfish etouffee on Friday for you. Got chili and beans tomorrow. You can check it all out. A great way is to keep up on the internet, on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Connect with Scoreboards, Sports Grilling Catering, 10655 Coursey Boulevard. There's going to be a watch party for the Saints this coming Sunday night. They're on Sunday Night Football. Next week, we got plans for you.
We'll be there.
Pep rally stuff, Alabama game. It's getting bigger and better here each and every day. And you better hurry up and get in here, because if Hultberg eats any more bread pudding, there's going to be none left.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm from New Orleans, and I've grown up on that stuff.
A+.
Plus. I got the bonus points on the final exam. I mean, it's fabulous. All the food's fabulous. You got to try it, really. I've had just about everything on the menu. It is top shelf.
All right, another thing about being 7-1 and setting up this showdown with Alabama is the impact on recruiting, both to date and going forward, and the people who will be at the stadium that night. I mean, recruits. And it's
who knows
big,
more
big,
about
big.
Who knows more about recruiting?
And we're going to take a break.
Mike Scarborough.
And when we come back, Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com is going to jump up here with you. Y'all going to talk about that. Plus, he's got some info on Will Wade's basketball team, which I know will make you happy.
I think Mike likes the fact that we're at Scoreboards. We never could get him back to the studios, but here he gets some food, gets a little soft drink. He's good to go.
Mike Scarborough of
We'll be back.
TigerBait.com will be up here with Jordy. We'll continue with more from Scoreboards. You're watching Tigers Roar. Spread the roar and stay with us.
Going golfing. Oh! Off to golf.
You're picking that up.
Off to the range, honey.
Bye.
Oh, that was close. Glad you got the backup camera installed.
Yep.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Friese Jr., and I am a general dentist at Friese Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Jordy Hultberg for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside in Gonzales.
desire in your eyes, but you can't keep it in your heart. 'Cause misery loves company. 'Cause misery loves company. Cold and hungry like a dog in the street. I get a raw deal every one.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities, including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar here from Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard. Jordy Hultberg joined now by, it's our recruiting segment, Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here again.
Does this make your job easier when LSU is as unexpectedly surprising as they have been this year?
Oh, no, yeah. I think it makes it more fun. I mean, it's more fun to cover a team that's winning and projected to go to nicer bowls. And
I know you say it really doesn't have that much of an impact because players today are more concerned about how their position is looking on the current team, how quickly they can play, but it's got to help.
Oh, no, it does.
It's got to help.
No, I mean, but think back to the summer. What were the offensive recruits saying? They wanted to see the offense. And everyone we're talking to says they love it. I mean, they're loving what they're seeing in Ensminger's offense. Peter Parrish told me a couple of weeks ago that what they're doing in the LSU offense is very similar to what he's doing at his high school level. So these kids are absolutely loving it, and I think Joe Burrow is helping that, and so they're seeing guys have success.
I think through 7 games, LSU had the exact amount of yardage running and passing, so that 50-50 balance of yardage is there. So it's keeping the quarterbacks happy, the wide receivers happy, the running backs happy, and I think the recruits are seeing that.
No doubt. And look, even though the wide receiver core has gotten better, you've got wide receivers on the board for this year and next who are seeing an opportunity. Even though the numbers are there roster-wise, but you can also see where some guys are going to head out, some guys aren't cutting it, and but then you got guys like D. Anderson who step up and
you never
make
know.
it happen.
1 week at a time, it might be somebody else. Is LSU addressing the needs of what it is required to do to win in this league, and that's offensive line, defensive line?
Yeah, I think if they could get one more offensive lineman in this class, it was a difference maker. They would take him. But you've also got a nice, a group in this class to add to next year. Defensive line, I think, is getting some people nervous because you don't know what Sopser is going to do at A-Meet. And you've got one from Haynesville and Joseph Evans. But in 2020, this state's got a bunch of defensive tackles. So if Fehoko and Lawrence are back, which you expect them to be back, and then some of the guys like Nelson Jenkins or Davin Cotton, come along, then you're in good shape for next year. And then you get three or four guys from Louisiana for the next year, and then you'll be fine.
Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Several players that had committed to Mississippi State were on campus for the LSU State game. What was the scuttlebutt of the word from them afterwards?
Yeah, I just think it's like a courtesy. Pickering was a kid, I think, that when we were talking to him all through spring, was leaning LSU. Goes Mississippi State, and it's over with. And I think if it was up to him, he'd be here. But his mother is the decider. And
that makes sense.
It's just hard to overcome. But, look, next week when Alabama's here.
I mean, everybody's got to show up for that.
You're going to have a bunch of kids that are committed to Alabama that they let come for unofficial visits and provide them with tickets. And vice versa, when it's an away game at Alabama or anywhere else, you're going to have, it's just a courtesy that they do around the league. And I think it's smart because you never know what can happen. A kid can come and fall in love.
Quarterback. They're after another one. Coach O at the New Orleans Quarterback Club said we need another quarterback. What's the latest you're hearing on that front?
I think it's going to be Jacob Free, the junior college quarterback. I think that makes sense to go along with Peter Parrish because next year you got TJ Finley, already committed, and then I think you get 2 this year. One of them being a JUCO transfer along with the high school Parrish, and then next year you get another 2 high school freshmen.
All right. Running back, the other position, and Ed Orgeron says we need to get the best running back in the country. According to Ed O, who is that?
I think everybody's high, the number 1 player in the country when he's talking, but Noah Kane, I think, is that guy. And I talked to his dad for a long time last week, and I still think that he's the guy to join Tyrion Davis, who today got his All-American jersey.
Saw that.
And LSU will be well represented in those All-Star games at the beginning of January.
Is that combination, if they get those 2, is that championship level running back material in the league?
I think they're both very good backs. Nobody's a Falk or a Fournette or a Geis. But what were we saying before the season? And now look, we're seeing with Brissett and Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
You can get it done.
I want to know your thoughts, because you saw this kid in high school, but the emergence of Grant Delpit and what he's done.
Man.
Take me back to high school and what you saw in him.
Nobody saw that.
I didn't think so.
No. But, he's fantastic. You see what Ryan Clark's tweeting out Saturday night, that he's the best safety this millennium to ever wear the purple and gold. And I don't think he's playing around. When Ryan Clark talks about something like that, he's serious. So,
you just never know when the light comes on. You just never know with kids.
And think, and I'll pose a question of the day. I'm like, well, if he were a junior, who would be the higher draft pick, him or Devin White, coming out as a junior?
It'd be Grant Delpit.
Yeah,
be Grant Delpit. He'd be ahead of Greedy Williams.
Right.
He really would. He's just such an impact. Kicking, Cole Tracy, we don't have him very long, right?
No.
So is there a kicker out there? What are they going to do with that?
Well, you've got York committed in this class from Texas, and he's supposed to be a really good one. So,
all right.
I think they've got the answers, but now you're the rest of the way. Can they find another defensive lineman? Getting your second quarterback, getting your running back, and then maybe filling in some guys for the rest of the way. Then maybe hold back a spot.
Gotcha. Yeah. Will Wade, basketball, got another commitment from a JUCO guard. You know anything about him?
No, he was there for a visit. Came in from Florida, and everybody seems to think highly of him.
Yeah.
It wasn't a huge battle to get him, but went to basketball media day Monday, and the buzz around that basketball program right now is off the charts.
Yeah, we're going to hear from Will Wade
Kent
later.
Lowe had a hell of a spread.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, it blows away anything football has.
See there?
So Kent Lowe gets an award.
Kent Lowe gets an award from Mike Scarborough. Tell everybody about TigerBait.com, please.
That's it. $1 gets you a month, and if you're an LSU fan, we'd love to have you. And we've got it all for you: basketball, baseball. They've got another scrimmage with UNO Friday, and of course all your football and football recruiting coverage.
It's going to be a wild Saturday, a couple of Saturdays from now, isn't it? Is there going to be any room on the sideline for you to roam?
I'm like, man, is it going to get to the point with unofficial recruiting visitors where they're just not going to have the space? Because I think it's going to be the most attended recruiting weekend. And, I'm sure you're getting hit up. People just automatically think we have tickets available for everybody.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who says I don't? Let me just dig in my pocket. How many you need?
Right.
How many you need? All right, Michael. Thank you so much, man. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the off weekend. Or is there ever an off weekend? Never.
High school
He's got
stadium.
High school stuff. All right, we'll take a timeout live from Scoreboards. This is Tigers Roar. We'll be right back.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
The Accord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Accord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Accord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Accord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar here at Scoreboards. And look who we found out in the audience. He's retired, but he's never really going to retire. Charles Barbary, a.k.a. the Rooster.
I heard so much about the Scoreboards and how good the food was over here, and I had to come try it out. Brought my bride over here with me, and I've been filling up on this stuff. And now the management brought me a little corn and shrimp soup here to try out,
there
which
you go.
isn't half bad.
Go ahead and try it out. You see, you retire, and LSU football comes back into prominence. So is there a direct correlation between the two?
I don't know.
You have followed LSU football and LSU sports for years and years and years.
Decades and decades.
What do you think of what's happened so far this year?
I think it's fantastic. This reminds me of the 1982 season. It was the 82 season. Nobody expected anything.
Yeah.
You had a couple of unknown guys named James and Hilliard in the backfield.
Yeah.
And at that time, then the teams broke out and wound up going to the Orange Bowl that year. I think this is I said 8-4 before the season, like most people. However, my 8-4 was different. I said we would beat Miami and we would beat Alabama.
Okay.
I stick with that. I still think we will beat Alabama.
I think every streak has to come to an end eventually. and maybe this is the time.
If Purdue can beat Ohio
Right,
State.
that's right. That's right. Then pigs can fly.
Exactly.
Anything can
We've
happen.
seen that. And then look, stop treating Alabama as a bunch of supermen. They're not. They're football players.
That's right.
And they'll get out there, and they're darn good football players.
Yeah.
But you don't have to beat them 4 out of 7. You have to
Just
beat
one
them one
time.
time.
Just one
You have to
time.
beat them one time.
How's retirement?
It's fun. It beats working.
It does, doesn't it?
It beats working.
Your wife seems very happy. She's not ready to kick you out of the house yet?
Not yet. It's very nice. It's been really good, Jordy. It's I've enjoyed it. I've had to overcome a couple of things. I got flooded in 16 like a whole lot of other people.
Yeah.
And this past summer, I was fighting a little cancer thing that we've beaten.
Good for you, man.
So
good for you. Good for you.
Happy to do that. And
let's get you to basketball season too, because Will Wade's got it going.
talk about.
How about that?
When did you think LSU would have a good basketball team again?
I've always thought they'd have a good basketball team. But you know, if football continues down the trek and basketball lives up to the expectations.
Who had the #1 recruiting class in baseball?
And baseball as well. This could be the trifecta at LSU.
You're dreaming, but it's a nice dream.
It's a nice dream.
It's a nice dream.
It's not a far-fetched dream.
No, it's not at all. You look at it, and you look at basketball this year. You look at and Wade is putting together a team that looks very similar to what some of the Kentucky teams have been in the past with overload of freshmen that are really good ball players.
Right.
If they come through the way those Kentucky ball players have done, which I think they're very capable of, we could see some surprises.
Charlie, you say I dream. Don't you forget, remember who my coach was? We always dream big. Dream big. You shoot for the moon, you grab a star. So you never know. You never know.
No, Dale and everything else. No, but you're right. I hadn't really got into thinking about the three of them yet together, but football.
They could all have really exceptional seasons, is all I'm saying.
Look, even if we lose to Alabama, which the experts say will happen, experts.
Who are they?
I was going to ask you who that is.
Marty Campbell?
Yeah, but let's say you finish 10-2. You go to a top-rate bowl game.
Maybe the Sugar Bowl?
I was thinking that might be a good
Might
possibility.
be a good one. I want to go west, man. I want to go to Fiesta, maybe Phoenix, or I still on the bucket list. I got to go to the Rose Bowl.
Me too.
They teased me that year.
Yes.
I thought we were going.
I thought
they
we had
teased
one
me,
too.
and we didn't go. But Charlie, thank you so much for coming by, man.
Appreciate it for having me.
Congratulations on your fight.
Thank
you
you,
did
man.
it. Keep fighting the fight. Enjoy retirement. Enjoy the soup. We'll take a time out.
Have a good one, folks.
We'll come back with more.
May the good Lord bless
here.
and keep you.
There it is. Say it again.
May the good Lord bless and keep you.
We'll be back. Stay with us.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Oh, great party.
Oh, thanks for coming, guys.
Better get that car warmed up.
I'm on it.
I don't miss those days.
Yeah, we just had a remote start installed.
Oh, us too. Nice.
It's gonna be nice and toasty.
Why don't we have one of those?
We're fine. Okay, I can't feel my fingers.
I bet everyone else can.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Balelos Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing. You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day. Balelos Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Friese Jr., and I am a general dentist at Friese Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
We continue with Tiger's Roar. It was great to have the Rooster up here.
The Rooster.
He's back on the set on Pelican Sports TV.
I think he misses it. He may be back for another appearance before
Might
it's
have
all
a
said and
Rooster
done.
Sports Talk revival, huh?
Absolutely.
All right, Coach Ed Orgeron, he's pushed a lot of correct buttons this year. If you give out a Coach of the Year award today, he wins it. Okay, but they don't give it out today. There's a lot of work to be done, including in 10 days. We know that. We got a little bit on Coach O for you right here, including his take on the Devin White thing. And I'm gonna declare officially tomorrow, stop talking about Devin White.
Are we going to do the whiteout, though, in Tiger Stadium?
It doesn't matter. I mean, you know.
Come on, where's your spirit? Come on. What's
wrong
wrong
with me?
All these people say it's wrong to do. Why? Why? Because Penn State does it? So what?
Well, I don't know.
I think it'd be great.
Anything to fire up the fans.
It'd be great.
Anything to put the fans in the seats, go for it.
Just go back to your regular unis, baby. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, don't ever wear that stuff you wore the other night again, okay? It was fun once, but don't need to see it twice. Here's Tiger head football coach Ed Orgeron.
The team came to work today with a renewed spirit. Just one day off, they were ready to go to work. It was good to see them. We had to tell the truth Monday. We discussed some things that we did well, things that we have to and must improve. I thought we had a very spirited practice. Our focus all week is on LSU, fundamentals on LSU, and then we'll start our opponent next week. Any questions?
I mean, I know there's a lot of time until then, but I'm just curious, what kind of different strengths do maybe Patrick, Mike, and Damone, what kind of different things do they bring to the table?
Yo, Tua's, I said this morning, Tua's probably the best player in the country. And his RPOs and his run pass options are phenomenal, and all the athletes that they have. Very strong on defense again.
I'm sorry, I meant of Damone, Patrick, and
okay.
And Mike, what different things do they bring to the table?
Well, obviously Patrick was a tailback. He's a good athlete. Micah has tremendous instincts and was the 5'8" defensive player of the year in high school. Has done some good things here. Very smart, both of them. Damone is going to be one of our best linebackers we had here at LSU. He still has to develop.
I know you talked about it this afternoon, but how has Devin handled this all?
He's been great. We talked about it as a team. We're not talking about it again. We addressed it. Tell the truth Monday. 24-hour rule. We moved on. It is what it is.
It seems like Michael Davini's been standing out even more these last 2 or 3 games. I mean, where have you seen him improve?
I've seen improvement in his area, most areas that he needed to run at the point of attack. He's done a tremendous job of playing blocks, playing his primary gap and his secondary gap. His pass rush is improved 100%. You know, his drops in coverage, his knowledge. I think our coaches have done a tremendous job with Michael. He's probably one of the most improved players on our team.
What's clicked for Glenn Logan these last months?
Glenn didn't play much ball. He's getting more experience. How to play the 4 technique. We've been basically in a 4 technique for 2 weeks, so he's learned how to play it better. think he's getting a little bit more motivated to practice and coming into his own. He's a young player. He's only a sophomore.
Joe had kind of a rough night, up and down. How did you see anybody pick him up throughout the night?
Oh yeah, everybody did. Everybody did. You're gonna have those nights. Everybody will. And but when he made it through, I talked to him today. I said I talked to him, had a personal conversation, asked him what was bothering him. He's a truthful young man. We talked about some things, and hopefully we can alleviate those things for next week.
I guess aside from things are going well this year, 7-1. Right now at this point, what would you say the biggest thing the team's seen this week?
We still need to improve on scoring touchdowns in the red zone. We still need to improve on our passing offense. It's nowhere near where we want it to be. We still need to improve on our punt return game, our kickoff return game. We still need to improve on our four-man rush. It's nowhere where we need it to be. We like our turnovers. We like a lot of things that we're doing, but those are some of the areas we need to improve on.
So what do you think the issues are in the red zone?
Scoring touchdowns. We bog down. We have to kick field goals. We don't make the plays when we need to make the plays. I think we need to become more creative. We need to put the ball in our playmakers' hands in space. We haven't done that very well.
You got some extra time this week, and a lot of the scouting was done by some of the analysts. Are you making any extra calls this week around the country?
Oh, sure. We compete. Dave has done a tremendous job. Steve does a tremendous job. So does Mac. We compete like we used to do, and we will have these guys scouted. We worked a week with we worked a couple of days on Alabama this summer. We'll already have a scouting report on them. We have the last game already done, so we're much further ahead this year than we have been.
The things you mentioned you want to improve, is having a bye week this time of year help with that kind of stuff?
Some of it, we're working on them. That's what our goal is, to work on LSU. Tomorrow will be like a spring practice. And all those areas, some of those areas we worked on today, red zone. Some of those areas we worked throughout the week.
What's the benefit of the Tiger Bowl? I know you mentioned that.
It's something we did at Miami. It's something we did at USC. The players love it. There have been some great players playing that bowl. And it's a chance for the older guys to coach the younger guys, to see younger guys play and compete, still have a practice, still keep them in football, but have a little fun and enjoy the time before they go home.
There's billboards, there's talk of everybody wanting people to wear white to the game next Saturday. I assume you're trying to stay away from all that.
Yeah, Mike told me about all that. I don't listen to all that. And, man, I love our fans. They're passionate. They're going to do what they're going to do. I understand them being frustrated, but we moved on from it. We have to focus in on the game, focus in on who's going to play the first half, and that's what we're going to focus on.
On a lighter note from Saturday, there was a video of your assistant strength coach headbutting one of the players without a helmet. You were a strength coach early in your career. Can you relate or not really?
Yeah, I like our strength coaches. They bring a lot of energy. They really control the energy of the game day. That starts off with Tommy Moffitt and stretching inside. These guys are phenomenal. I love what they do. Obviously, I don't want them to crack his head or nothing like that. But I did see it, and I think it's kind of unusual, but I don't think it happens often.
Again, Coach O is pushing the right buttons. Again, I'm on the list of people who had no earthly idea they'd be 7-1 coming into this game.
Now that they're there, we want them to be 8-1 really badly.
And you and I were talking, when the mics weren't on, but I'm thinking they got a reasonable shot to win this game.
No question, they've got a chance.
Georgia came in here number 2, was untested. Bama's coming in here number 1, untested. Got to line up and play. And I thought Charles made a great point. It's not 4 out of 7 like the World Series.
That's right, just one.
It's you got 60 minutes or maybe overtime to get it done.
And O said we're better equipped to play Bama now than we were last year or maybe for several years. And that's key because they've got great kicking game, their defense is sound, their quarterback play has been better, their running game has gotten better, the offensive line is now stable, even though Garrett Brumfield, according to Coach O, is doubtful for the Alabama game, but there's some stability there. You got to make your own fortune. You got to go out and make things happen. They're plus 12 in the turnover ratio. And like you said, this will be Bama's first big test.
Another thing that's not getting enough credit, I've mentioned it a few times. In the offseason, Coach O went to Joe Alleva and said, I need 5 more analysts.
Yes.
I have 5, I want 10. I need these guys with big-time experience who can coach the coaches, self-scout our team.
Right.
You know, he gave credit to 4th and 1s against Georgia because these analysts had studied it long and hard enough to know that what would work. So I think that that is a plus, and it falls into the equation you mentioned. They're better equipped. If you got 5 guys who know what the heck they're doing, who can coach your coaches and let the coaches develop players and coach players, it only makes the program better. And that's got to be a big plus that doesn't get talked about enough. I'm glad I've mentioned it a couple of times, not that I'm the revolution here, but no, that is a factor that should not go untalked about.
And it doesn't wear these coaches out. I mean, they're a little bit more fresh to be able to coach the team. And the key now is to just not overdo it. Don't give them so much to think about. Go through the same routine like you always do, and I know they will, and just have fresh legs ready for 2 Saturdays from now.
Earlier, I asked you about the big story, surprise story for you, and one of the things you mentioned was Grant Delpit. I mean, this guy has turned himself into an All-American, a first-round draft choice, and everything else. We knew he was a good football player. We saw signs of that. But this guy's one of the best players in the country. We got a little video, a little interview with him. This is a well-spoken man. You're going to be impressed if you've not seen him yet. Here's Tiger safety Grant Delpit.
Come hard. It's going to be a big game. Just coming out preparing like any other week. I think we played a great game.
Were you embarrassed by what happened last year?
Yeah, definitely. It was on our minds, the whole year. We just wanted to get that bad taste out of our mouth, and just came out. I think we did that.
It looks like you guys kind of, especially you, knew what they were doing at times on some of their routes. Was that a lot of homework this week on that, or what do you think made that work for you?
Right. We knew as long as we did a good job of stopping the run that, their route concepts weren't that hard, and we just, stayed in the film room, knew what came with what formation and just stuff like that. So we did a great job of that.
What did you see on your interception?
On which one?
The first one.
The first one, just very 3-step. He was looking at the receiver the whole time, just made a break on the ball. Just a, instinct play.
Why have you been able to, we knew you were a good player last year, but you're at a whole different level this year. Why do you think that's happening?
Just definitely confidence, and the confidence that the coaches have in me to put me in great spots to make plays. It works as a unit. When the defense plays well, individuals play well. So that just all comes together.
As good as you guys were tonight, you know that you're going to probably have to be a lot better against that left-hander in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I think that bye week in between is going to help us a little bit. We get a little bit of rest. Just came out and just prepared for him. Got prepared for 2 quarterbacks, really. Just a great team, Alabama, coming in. I think we should do a good job there.
Coach mentioned that he was concerned that you all might have a hangover from Georgia. Were you concerned about that at all?
We had a little bit of nicks and bruises, but other than that, no. We had a great week of practice. We had a lot of fuel in our bodies from what they did last year, as I said. So just came out and just prepared well.
On the hitch that kind of bit early and got that first interception, what did you see?
I just read the quarterback's eyes. He was staring at me the whole time. I was in the zone, so I didn't really have a man, and just made the play.
You have 2 different sacks this year where you went to the ground and immediately hop back up.
Yeah.
Is that something you can almost you're conscious of?
I got to give him the first time. I was missing the first time, but they call it effort sacks, but just popping up and trying to secure the play.
So were you the best person at up-down drills?
Yeah, in the summer I was killing up-down, so you guys catch my.
Can you talk about how impressive it was for y'all to hold Nick Fitzgerald to no touchdowns this game?
Yeah, I think it was huge. I think he had 19 passing yards going into the last drive, so I think we played well as the defense. He's a great player. I think we just made a few more plays, and that comes with just practice.
What did you think of the call on Devin?
It's a tough call. I don't think any defensive player likes targeting it, but it's a tough call. Nothing you can do about it.
Is it hard to avoid that as a defensive
player? Yeah, definitely. It limits how hard we could go, how hard we can hit. We also have to be conscious of what we're hitting with and just stuff like that. But it's definitely a tough call. But it's over now.
Does that deflate a win like this?
Oh no, not at all. Just great win, great team win. We have young guys going to step up in Devin's pace. So.
You don't notice how the booing just continues?
continues all the way through.
Yeah, we got the best fans in the nation, so that's what they're gonna do. And they say it was a bad call, but it is what the ref says.
I know a lot of stuff happened after that, but the early goal line stand that y'all got, how important was that? How much momentum did that give you guys?
All right, definitely not giving up a touchdown in the beginning of the game is huge. Held them to 3 points, and didn't give up any points after that.
What did you see on the third down play where you kind of stuck in there and got the tackle to stop Fitzgerald? That goal line stand.
I was just blitzing off the edge and just made the play. They were running a lot of quarterback runs, so I just knew he was going to keep the ball.
The success you've had this year, the turnovers and all this stuff, have you been surprised at all by just the way that the season's unfolded for you?
Surprised, yeah. I go out every week trying to make plays, but what comes with it comes with it. So I don't know if I would say surprised, just blessed to be in the position I am.
Grant, what is it like when you finish this game and you go and see former LSU players saying 9 is the GOAT, or Ryan Clark saying you're the best safety in LSU? What is that like for you to process?
That's huge, knowing all the guys that have come through here. Definitely a blessing, man. Definitely a blessing to see guys like that talk about me like that. Pay the respect to those guys, because I don't think that I'm doing that much to be compared to those guys, but it just comes with it, man.
James really cut you loose this season, kind of has you doing different things week to week. What does he tell you over the games, and how does that go?
Really, it's just me being around the ball a lot, just trying to use my instincts more, and just trusting Coach Aranda, because we have a lot of calls, so just whatever he calls, just try to make the play.
Do you have something you prefer? You've played in the box, deep?
No, I play whatever Coach plays, man.
To get Bama number one, for you guys to be up there too, it's the second time for you to play them. Personally, what's your thought leading up to this game?
We got to prepare like any other week, but we play in SEC. It's a tough schedule. Alabama's a great team. We got to come with a little extra juice, but I'm just excited for the game. Excited.
We heard that Devin was upbeat, happy in the locker room. He's taking this in stride. I mean, you see him?
I guess I didn't really see him in the locker room. I got in there kind of late, but that's great. It's great.
What did you think of
the call? It's a tough call. Like I said, I don't think any defensive player likes the call, but nothing you can do about it now.
Grant, is this one of your more complete defensive performances of the year? I mean, where would you kind of stack this one, from start to finish?
Yeah, I think I made a couple plays, but I think I definitely played good. Our defense played well. We only gave up 3 points, so like I said, when the whole defense plays well, then individuals get recognition.
From a game plan standpoint, though, the team as a whole unit, though, I mean, from what you wanted to do against Nick Fitzgerald going into how it finished, how close to that mark of where you wanted to be did you feel like you were at the end?
Definitely close. We gave up a couple big runs. He had a huge run in the first quarter, but I think we played well as a defense.
Third and short, you guys were really good. I think y'all stopped them on all 6 or 7 attempts they had. What was the key in those short yardage situations for you guys?
Just containing the quarterback. We know he liked to run on third down, and just making sure he didn't burst through any gaps. Line did a good job keeping the gaps. That's where it started with. I think we did a good job of that.
How bad do you need this bye right now?
I can go next week, me, but it's gonna be good. Get a week of light practice, and then come next week, be prepared.
After last year's Alabama game, Coach says we're coming and we ain't backing down.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I've seen the video a couple times.
So a year later, you guys are coming?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we coming. Just like Coach said, we ain't backing down. That's all I can say about it.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar here at Scoreboards, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where got it going on. They had the World Series game on, all the games going forward, of course, all that stuff. Grant Delpit, we just heard from, he shared some SEC Player of the Week honors with Cole Tracy, both very, very deserving for their efforts in the ugly uniforms against Mississippi State.
It's another week, another honor for Cole Tracy. He's been the story of the year, but Grant Delpit, man, what a player.
Delpit, good player. He's become a great player.
Yeah.
Tracy, we didn't know.
Not at all.
They transferred in from a D2 school. They played in front of 600 people, 800 on a good night.
Yeah, that's right.
And all of a sudden, kicks the game winner against Auburn. The only 2 misses are from 50 plus.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy came in under the gun. Coach O said we need a kicker. He went and got this guy, and he has filled those shoes.
No question. So you've got a really good defense, a really good kicking game. Offense, don't mess it up. That was a theme of another coach that was at LSU and went a long, long way with it. But the offense getting better and better as well. But field position will be a premium factor in the game against Alabama. Always has been. Don't be afraid to punt the ball away, pin them back deep, and let your defense go to work.
And also the Thorpe Award. Grant Delpit finds his name as one of the semifinalists for that, along with Greedy Williams. I mean, they got all these awards, but they only recognize really, really, really good players, and LSU's got some of those.
I think the LSU would have 3 All-Americans on the All-American team if they were voted for today. With
4.
White.
I'm going 4.
Okay, Tracy being the other one. Yeah, but 3 on defense for sure.
Yeah, 3 on defense. And is there a better kicker than Cole Tracy in this country? You'd have to, as you said, you have to show it to me.
We've also got to give kudos to the guy that never gets any credit, and that's the 28-year-old Zach von Rosenberg. I mean, his punting has been terrific. I mean, he's another left footer like Brad Wing was, and I'm going to tell you what, when they need him, he has delivered.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got a couple things to tell you about that are happening here at Scoreboard. So much going on. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also still to come, Will Wade and some Tiger basketball. We do that each and every year on this show in the open date week, so that will come up later as well. Jordy Hultberg, Tommy Kreis, and we're back after this pause. We're spreading the roar at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Are you ready for this year's formal events? Weddings, homecoming, Mardi Gras, prom, pageants. Debbie's Bridal is having an inventory blowout sale. Don't be left out. Prices range from 20% off to 80% off. Happening now. Debbie's Bridal, Burnside, in Gonzales.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We continue with Tigers Roar from Scoreboards. Couple things to tell you about.
Okay.
Coming up this Sunday night, it's a watch party.
Yep.
Saints-Vikings are the Sunday night football game, kicking off at 7:20 on NBC TV. It'll be on the video wall here, and all the TVs, volume will be up. You need to be a part of the watch party. Saints-Vikings. They got to make up for that thing that happened last year up there in Minnesota in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They'll be back in Minnesota, but you need to be at Scoreboards. You got tailgate barbecue all day long, starting at 11 a.m. You can stay all day if you want, or get out here, get some barbecue, and then watch the Saints and the Vikings for the watch party. That's this coming Sunday night. Odds makers have that as a pick'em game, so should be a good one. Now, of course, next Saturday, they announced LSU Bama, as we all expected, would kick off at 7 p.m. That'll put the Pelican Sports postgame show on the air at about 10:15, maybe 10:30 on television, radio, Facebook Live. Right after the game, you know the drill. Buddy Sanji and I, reports from Tiger Stadium. We'll have it all happening right after Alabama and LSU. Got some other things happening here next Thursday and Friday, kind of a pep rally, get you ready for the game thing. We'll promo the heck out of that on radio and TV all week, as well as social media.
Okay.
You
Sounds
ready?
good.
Now it's time to make Jordy happy. The round ball, the hardwood. Coach Will Wade at Basketball SEC Media Days took place this week, and Coach Wade obviously on hand. Tigers picked 6th in the SEC. There's no East and West in men's basketball.
But they're 23rd in the AP preseason poll. How about
23, the number of Pete Maravich at LSU. So anyway, picked 23rd in the AP poll. That's good respect, and that's good for LSU basketball. The excitement will be there. We've got some comments from Coach Will Wade that he made at the Basketball Media Days. Here's the head coach of the Tigers, Will Wade.
Excited to be here, excited about our team this season. I think we have a very good mixture of veteran guys, especially veteran backcourt, which is what it takes to win in college basketball, with Tremonti and Skylar logged a lot of miles last year for us, and Skylar the year before that. So really like our veterans. We have a kid, Cavell Bigby Williams, who set out, who was at the University of Oregon, who was on their Final Four team, and Marshall Graves gives us some depth. So I feel like we've got a good mixture of veterans who have been around and some talented, youthful guys. Obviously, we're without one of our veterans, as Wade Sims passed away on the 28th, and that's something that our team's still working on and moving forward and trying to get better as we take it day by day. So we're going to miss him. He was our ultimate glue guy, which is about as good a compliment as you can give as a head coach. He was dependable. He was consistent. He never missed anything, and so we're going to do our best, this year to honor him and to play how he would want us to play, and to play well for Wade. But he's a veteran that we're certainly going to miss. And he was one of the guys that really helped our newcomers understand how things were in the weight room, how we go about things on the court. And so, our newcomers are missing that about Wade as well. But we've got a talented group of new guys. They'll give us some length and athleticism on the perimeter with Javante and Marlon. And then we just get some bulk down low with Nas Reed and Emmett Williams and Darius Day. So we're excited about our team. We're looking forward to getting going here soon. I like who we are right now. I like where we are right now, but I love who we're going to become. I think we're going to be able to grow into a very, very good team. So with that, I'll take questions. Yeah, certainly. It was a little bit surprising, but I'm not really going to react to what the defense attorney said. I certainly get it, and I know the judge didn't let it in, but I will say I'm very proud of everything I've done as LSU's head coach, and I'm very proud of what we've done at LSU. And we have never, ever done business of any kind with Christian Dawkins or Mr. Dawkins. So, that's what I'll say about that, and I'll certainly move forward from there and take any questions as it relates to our team and our season and as we move forward here.
Far back, right, Myron? Yeah, I guess not doing any business could be different than not having any conversations. The report is that you had a conversation with Dawkins, who said, okay, there's some others like involved in it, and referring to a recruit. I have got to shut my door. Here's my thing. I can get you what you need, but it's got to work. Did you have that specific conversation with Christian Dawkins? And if so, what did you mean by that?
I addressed that in the statement, and then I'm going to move forward and try to talk about my team here moving forward. I addressed that with the statement.
That's not a yes or no? You're not going to say yes or
No,
no?
I addressed that in my statement. I'm going to move forward and talk about our team. Yes, thank you. Tremont Waters. He was somebody that we recruited late when we got the job. I knew him through a recruiting relationship that we had when I was at VCU, when I was recruiting the East Coast. We actually have a lot of players on our team from the New York tri-state area, and that's where we have some recruiting relationships with myself and my staff based on us having been on the East Coast. Our defense it's a work in progress. We've spent a vast majority of our time working on our defense, trying to improve our defense, trying to get our defense better. But we've got a lot of work, yet to do. Our defense is better. I'm a little bit more concerned about our rebounding. We're getting stops now. We're contesting shots. Part of that's just having a little bit more length, a little bit more athleticism. But we've got to be able to be a little bit more physical, drive people out, rebound the ball, and finish plays. Just being good defensively is not enough if you can't finish the job and finish plays. And so we're spending a lot of our time working on our defense and our rebounding. And then, we're working on changing some defenses as well. So if we can't be great at one, maybe we can be pretty good in a bunch of them and just try to confuse people a little bit. But our defense has got to be a major point of improvement for us this season. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not something that there's a manual for on how to deal with. We've leaned on a lot of people. The first thing is, LSU's given us great support and great people and resources, and the SEC and the other coaches, everybody's been very supportive of the situation with Wade. But really, I worked for a guy, Oliver Purnell, and he actually had a kid pass away in his sleep when he was the head coach at the University of Dayton. And so I was able to lean on him and get some advice from him. And then Bobby Johnson, the former football coach at Vanderbilt, he had a kid, Kwame Doster, who was I believe he was the freshman of the year in the SEC as a running back or rookie of the year, something like that in the SEC. And he was murdered over Christmas break. I believe it was in Tampa, Florida, or somewhere in Florida. And so I was able to talk to Coach Johnson and just talk about how both of those guys move forward and were able to move on and try to get the team back in as normal of a position. Obviously, normal is relative, and it's a new normal based on not having Wade. But we have a bunch of resources right now. We're working with somebody who's a specialist in post-traumatic stress. He works with the military mainly, but post-traumatic stress comes in a lot of different forms. It's not just military. It's not just, one of the biggest forms, as I've found out as I've studied it, is, people who are in car accidents don't want to get back in a car. And so some of us may have experienced that. And so I'm working with a specialist on that. He was actually in to speak with our team yesterday. And so we're doing everything we can to be there and be resources for our guys. But, every day there's something that you just don't think about that kind of pops up that makes it difficult.
With as heralded as Nas is, how different is it managing expectations for a player that is perceived as a potential lottery pick? Have you worked with players like that?
No, I mean, we're fortunate. The Nas and all the freshmen are talented and they're good players. And it's like when we recruited them, we told them we're gonna coach you just like we coach everybody else, and that's we're going to love you hard off the court and spend a lot of time with you, and we're going to coach you when we get between the lines. We're going to coach you. There's certain expectations, and Nas, to his credit, he's done a phenomenal job. He's lost over 30 pounds. He's in the best shape of his life. He's moving well. He's really bought into a kind of a regimented shooting routine. He's shooting the ball as well as he shot it, and so I think we believe in him, and he believes in what we're doing, and I think when you combine both those, you're going to have a good season.
Tigers open with Southeastern in a couple of weeks. Southeastern, decent team last year, but LSU will beat them.
I think it's a creative thing that LSU did. It's a women's men's doubleheader. Women open up at 5:30 against Sam Houston State, and then the men tip off 30 minutes or so after that against Southeastern. And that's how we used to do it back in the day. That's good.
And again, Will Wade's team ranked 23rd in the AP poll. Coaches poll still coming down the road, and it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but it's good. I think he's getting recognized because of the recruiting class.
No question.
And the fact that they took some leaps last year, some strides that maybe weren't expected. 23rd in the country in the AP poll.
Not a bad deal. That heightens the expectations for basketball, and that's really a good thing. LSU basketball should be good, and I think it will be.
And being a former player, you'll be good to. You'll be happy to see people in the stands and winning games.
You think football makes a difference with a crowd? When that Maravich Center is full and making noise, whew, you talk about intimidating. Absolutely.
Don't forget here at Scoreboards on Coursey Boulevard, the Bald Snow Crabs, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You got the express lunch menu now. Get you in and out of here quickly at lunchtime. You've also got all-day tailgate barbecue Sunday 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. The watch party Sunday night for the Saints and the Vikings. Sunday night football, Saints and Vikings. You'll have that. Connect on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You'll be able to keep up with all the stuff at Scoreboards. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Baton Rouge. They got it going on for you. Happy hour.
Sunday fun day.
Monday through Friday from 4 to 7. Great specials there as well. We'll take a break, come back with much more. We're spreading the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar. Stay with us.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
The Acord Eye Clinic has moved to a new office, just minutes from the old office at 8280 YMCA Plaza Drive, Building 9. Dr. Shonda Acord and her staff welcome patients of all ages, including children and adults. They have a wide variety of frames and sunglasses, including Maui Jim. The Acord Eye Clinic features modern instruments and state-of-the-art technology, including digital retinal scanning with Optomap, hard-to-fit contact lenses, as well as professional care and service. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5. Call for an appointment, 225-767-EYES, and visit the website, visionsource-br.com. The Acord Eye Clinic looks forward to seeing you.
We continue with Tigers Roar from scoreboards here on Coursey Boulevard.
You mentioned LSU being ranked 23rd in the country. A lot of that bringing the expectations of this recruiting class they brought in. But there's another reason. That's because there's a kid coming back named Trey Waters, who's point guard in basketball, quarterback in football, shortstop in baseball. They all kind of correlate. You got to have them, and Trey's pretty good.
Here's some comments from Tiger basketballer Trey Waters.
We're meshing pretty well. Coach started off by saying that we have more talent, obviously, and I feel like everyone's coming in playing their role. For freshmen, they're just still learning how to do things and learning how to just play at a college pace, and coaches kind of stopping practice, talking to them, and I feel like Skylar and I, Daryl, we're just talking to them about the different types of environments that we're going to play in, so they have to start to learn quickly so that everyone's just pretty much on the same page and moving forward at a higher level so we can become a championship team.
Collectively as a group, do you guys feel more athletic than you were from a season ago?
I would say yes, for sure. We got Marlon, who can pretty much touch the top of the backboard. We got Skylar, who can jump. We got Emmett Williams here, who's a freak athlete. He can almost touch the top of the backboard too. And then Cavell Bigby Williams is actually going to play this year, and he's a 7 foot he can definitely touch the top of the backboard if he tried, but I would say our athleticism has definitely improved since last year.
Coach talked about you really stepping up and being a leader this season. What's it like to have that kind of praise?
Coming from Will Wade, Coach Wade, that's my coach, so I kind of have to listen to him. But I'm pretty much just embracing my role, just enjoying the process. Because where I want to go, I have to become more of a leader. So my teammates are helping me. They're just always encouraging me. Trey, you got to lead more. Talk about this, talk about that, and I'm just all open ears, just listening to them and just applying it to practice in the games.
You've mentioned your role a few times. How have you seen that role change over the last year, especially now that, like you said, you have a lot more talent this year?
I would say last year I was more of just a player. Like I had to be like kind of a leader because I was a point guard, but I didn't talk nearly as much as I do this year. That was a big point of emphasis from Coach Wade and the coaching staff coming into this year, because last year it was just play basketball, talk as much as you can because you don't really know what to talk about, and just make plays. So this year I have to do a lot more talking because we have new guys, we have freshmen that are coming in, and we need more leadership. So coaches has put a lot on me and Skylar to just talk to the guys and just keep them going as practice goes on and the season comes around.
You guys take a look at the preseason rankings or anything like that, or is that something you guys just kind of walk out?
We looked at it, but it doesn't really mean much.
So you guys don't take it as any kind of like a motivation or anything like that?
We know where we're going to go, so the rankings don't really matter because when you step inside the lines, rankings can't help you in any way. So we just got to go out and play, not really worry about expectations or rankings, as they call them.
How much has the personal routine for you this year matured from a season ago? What's changed?
I would say I'm in the gym more. Last year I just knew coming in my talent has always got me over the hump, so I just kind of relied on my talent. I didn't work nearly as hard as I could have, and then this year coming in, I just knew what I had to do, going through the NBA workouts and listening to them talk to me about guys that are always in the gym and stuff like that. I've just been putting in countless hours of shots and working on my ball handling and just talking to Coach JH about defensive stuff.
With as much talent as y'all brought in this year, does it take a little bit of pressure off your shoulders, considering how much you had to kind of carry last season?
Yeah, that's not an obvious question, but like the only answer I can say is yes. So I would say yeah, it took a lot of pressure off my shoulders, but I feel like I have to replace some of that pressure with teaching the guys how to maneuver through college basketball. Like Nas and Javante, I feel like they learn the quickest, but Darius and Emmett are more physical, so I have to walk them through things and talk them through certain like plays in our offense and on defense and stuff. So I feel like they're all great at learning. It just everyone learns differently, so I have to learn how to teach basically.
A few weeks ago, Skylar mentioned that you had talked about possibly taking some of the younger guys and showing them a game in which you struggled last season. Did you get a chance to do that?
No, I haven't. We've been busy with a lot going on, and I was gonna wait till like right before our first like exhibition game, so against our first game against Southeastern, so they wouldn't have that like a burden on their shoulders about like I have so much expectations to live up to. So I just wanted to kind of wait till right before the game so they can just be calm and relax before they go in.
This is one of the most talented teams in recent memory, and it seems like y'all have great chemistry already. Does this season feel special or any different than the other seasons?
For sure. Obviously, this is my second year, so I don't know what previous seasons were like, but based off of last year, I feel like we're a lot more of a family. Everyone's close-knit. Everyone wants to be around each other, and the environment and the culture that Coach Wade, Coach GH, and Coach Armstrong, all our coaches, Coach Benford, Merritt, the environment that they're like building is like one of a championship team, and no one here has been a part of a championship team. So I feel like we're definitely working towards something great, and the more that we listen and apply things in practice, the more we'll work towards our goal.
All right, a little Tiger Hoops on this open date football week, and can't wait till next week. Tigers roll. We'll have Coach O, Coach Saban. Working on a guest from Bama. I'm going to keep that secret at the moment, but you all know him.
You're going to fly him in on the budget?
We might. Yeah, we might do that. Now, don't forget scoreboards with the express lunch menu. Boiled snow crabs with the corn, the sausage, the potatoes, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, the all-day tailgate barbecue starting at 11 a.m. Chicken, ribs, sausage, potato salad, beans. And then Sunday night, this coming Sunday night, the watch party. Saints-Vikings will kick off at 7:20 in Minnesota. You need to be here in scoreboards watching the game, enjoying the bar, the menu.
Bring your friends.
Bring
and
a bunch of people. Let's get
ball.
the Saints another victory. No question about that. And then, of course, next week, we're going to get you ready for Bama. I mean, it's going to be a fun week. The biggest football game in the history of Baton Rouge, in my opinion. LSU could be 3 or 2 by then. College football playoff committee rankings come out next Tuesday. They could be higher than 4 because they're sometimes a little different than the AP and coaches poll. So, Jordy, it's another quote-unquote game of the century. Got to line up and play. I think LSU has a chance. We'll talk about it more next week.
As dominating as Alabama has been, it's not out of the realm of possibility that if LSU beats Alabama, they could rise up to number 1. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It really isn't.
I think if they beat Bama, I think they become number 1. I mean, who else are you going to put up there? I mean, that would be the 4th win over a top 10 team, including beating number 2 and number 1 when you played them. Yeah. They got to be number 1 if they beat Alabama.
Well, look, they did what we had hoped they would do. It didn't happen when they lead up to Georgia, because that could have been 4 or 5 versus 2, but they didn't take care of business in Gainesville. They took care of business at home against Mississippi State, and now this is the matchup this is why people buy their season tickets. They don't buy it to see Rice and Louisiana Tech and Southeastern. They buy it to see Alabama and Georgia. You got what you asked for. Now let's see what happens.
Going to be a fun time with all the radio stuff, TV stuff, social media. Don't forget to connect with scoreboards on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and connect with Pelican Broadcasting as well. It's a great way to keep up with all the things that are going on. Open daily at 11 a.m., happy hour from 4 to 7, lots of other stuff. Get the Catfish Italiano and finish it up with some
bread pudding. Outstanding.
We didn't rehearse that. We really didn't.
Outstanding.
But I think we've done enough of this.
I got to go run after this.
We've done enough of
burn
this.
The calories.
We can do it without rehearsing. Hey,
thanks for the Twitter thing. I'm getting better at it.
I'm teaching him. I want to thank Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com, and the Rooster, Charles Barbary, making a cameo appearance tonight. Glad he's feeling better. On behalf of everybody here at Scoreboards, the entire crew at Pelican Broadcasting, keep spreading the roar. You're watching Tigers Roar from Scoreboards.
It's time to find out the truth about health insurance.
True or false? I can't get health insurance because I missed the open enrollment period. False.
If you had a life change such as moving, getting married, having a child, or a job loss, you are eligible to buy a new policy.
I don't have a life-changing event, so I can't get health insurance. False.
You can purchase affordable short-term policies even if it's not open enrollment.
I have to spend hours shopping around for an insurance policy that's right for me. False.
Call Healthcare will connect you with licensed agents that do the work for you, comparing hundreds of options, making sure you get a policy that fits all your needs at the best price.
Call now and we'll connect you to a licensed agent that will answer all your questions. The call and the service are free, so what are you waiting for?
Call Healthcare, getting the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Call now. Representatives are standing by to assist you.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. taste the feeling.